Good afternoon and welcome to another webinar by myself, Carl van Rooyen. I'm an application engineer at Micrographics. My email address is carl@mgfx.co.za. Today's webinar, we will be having a brief look at Upchain. It's Autodesk's cloud PDM and PLM product. It makes it easier to connect your data, people, and your processes. On today's agenda, we will start with an introduction to the challenges surrounding data and process management, after which I will introduce Upchain with a description of what it is, followed by how it handles cloud-based product data and product lifecycle management. We will then have a brief look at some workflows and integrations before closing off with a summary and a Q&A. Feel free to post any questions into the chat. I will keep an eye on the chat and either answer them immediately or, depending on the question, potentially save it for the end. So to start off, here's a short introduction to what Autodesk is, if you're not familiar with the company. Autodesk makes software for people who make things. If you've ever driven a high-performance car, admired a towering skyscraper, used a smartphone, or watched a great film, chances are you've experienced what millions of Autodesk customers are doing with our software. Autodesk gives you the power to make anything. Autodesk's vision is to help people imagine, design, and make a better world. The company was founded in 1982 and is headquartered in the San Francisco Bay Area. And here are some numbers from the fiscal year 2020. With $3.27 billion in revenue, they had 4.9 million active subscriptions and over 9,000 employees worldwide. It gives you an idea of the scale of the corporation. Now onto the presentation at hand. Globalization, process bottlenecks, inadequate data sharing, repetitive manual efforts where there's a lack of formalized processes and systems that leave room for human error and duplicate efforts, lack of collaboration, and supply chain issues. These are the challenges we face as designers and engineers. There is a lot that goes into product development, and a lot that can get in the way of getting your product out the door. What are the most challenging inefficiencies in your organization? I'm sure there are others to follow. There are others you could add to this slide. Many systems are built for the past, but the world and the way we work has and is changing. Limitations in workflow and communication have been exposed with more people working remotely. People and departments in your company need to be able to collaborate, but they may be using different tools, different workflows, different processes, possibly even different languages, and maybe in different locations. Data from multiple systems and different processes are forced into single tools and silos. We see that engineers are wasting up to 2 months per year looking for product data. The number of systems they interact with is at least 10 within their organizations. On top of that, 83% of products are over budget and 79% are late. Modern companies need to get on a platform that can bring everyone together to collaborate. With such high stakes, these are what we see as the major challenges that companies are facing. We are now seeing a more distributed workforce, with some companies choosing to stay with the work from home approach. Information overload as projects become more complex and deadlines tighten up. Multiple data sources with rapidly changing data and the management of this data. And that's just to name a few. Let's have a look at the challenges of processing data, process management, and how this impacts business. In 2019, a 2019 study from the Tech Clarity revealed that data management challenges cost businesses time and money. They also limit the amount of time engineers and designers can focus on innovation. The most common impact of data management challenges is wasted time and effort. In fact, companies waste an average of 20.3% of their technical resources time on non-productive data management tasks. That's about one working day a week of non-value added time. Some companies report even more waste. Think about how often designers are asked to double check a measurement, print out a drawing, or similar tasks on behalf of another department. The impact of these challenges also includes missed deadlines and budgets. About 2/3 of companies routinely miss design due dates, project or program budgets, and time to market goals by more than 5%. About 1/3 miss quality targets at that level. Manufacturers lose time and money because of inadequate data management. These data management challenges have an impact across three main areas. As an example, for those that work with CAD files every day, it is probably no surprise to see finding the right information and wasted time searching for data are challenges reported by almost half of respondents. Many companies struggle with the basics of product data management, or PDM for short. These challenges are controlling, accessing, and sharing that product data. Capturing and reusing engineering knowledge is an area where most people understand the benefits, yet it is not always practiced. According to the Tech Clarity research, 31% of engineers say that reusing design data is a significant challenge as they are developing a product. Going beyond just reusing data, many engineers don't have a way to revisit past engineering decisions, to understand the rationale behind them. For instance, why was a change to a certain design needed, and what approach did they make to implementing the change? This number is up from 2% from our last Tech Clarity research from 2015. Let's move away from data and have a look at the people. Collaboration is an essential part of the development process, but nearly half of all companies surveyed by Tech Clarity said it was a significant challenge. There are collaboration issues internal to the technical resources, such as working on wrong or outdated data, but just as common are challenges with working with other departments inside the company, as well as outside the company, such as customers or suppliers. Wasted engineering productivity is one of the most common reasons why companies began considering PDM. Tech Clarity found that engineers waste an average of 20% of their time managing design data. This is the equivalent of a day a week or more for each technical resource on staff. This number is up 5% from a Tech Clarity research done in 2012. Even at small and mid-sized manufacturers, we're seeing more and more product development handled by different departments or teams, distributed all over the world. This creates some significant collaboration issues. It was noted by 42% of the respondents in the Tech Clarity survey as a top product development process challenge. It's obviously most common at companies with teams in multiple sites, be it just down the road, across the country, or on the other side of the world. Sharing information becomes more difficult the further apart they are. PDM is about more than managing your CAD files and helping people collaborate and work effectively. The next step is looking at the engineering workflows and processes that are centered around that data, such as managing change, design reviews, project management, and bill of materials. 57% of companies in the Tech Clarity survey stated they had challenges with managing change, and 33% managing design projects. These engineering processes are essential, and managing them effectively can have high returns. Compliance is also a major issue, with more than 1 in 3 companies reporting challenges with understanding requirements, lack of design processes for managing compliance, and determining current compliance status. So, to sum up this intro, companies are facing challenges in data management, collaboration, and process management, only to name a few. That brings us to the solution, Upchain. In the next few slides, we'll look at what Upchain is and how it can help you overcome these challenges. Upchain overcomes all these challenges because it is open, out of the box, and extensible, meaning it is designed to easily add new functionality and capabilities. It is cloud-based and CAD-centric, meaning it can bring together all your 2D and 3D CAD from various CAD systems for the benefit of the entire value chain. It includes industry best practice that are built in and customizable to allow you to manage data easier. It lets you view the source data, engineering or not, in a neutral format that everyone can consume, making information easier to share with people. It's there for you in the cloud, meaning that no matter which stakeholder you are in the process, you can access the data. It's a push. It's not a push. It pulls data from the CAD software or other sources. Upchain reduces implementation time due to its out-of-the-box approach and connect the chain onboarding methodology. In a nutshell, Upchain makes it easier for your organization to collaborate and manage complex product development processes, as all the data and workflow is cloud-based and available to all who need it. So you can move from having disconnected teams such as your suppliers, procurement, engineers, services, program or project management, quality, and your manufacturing, to having a collaborative process, connecting the data, people, and processes across your organization and supply chain. By now, you'll probably be asking yourself, how is this done? What does it look like? So let's leave the sales talk behind and dive into the technical side of things. Upchain keeps data, people, and processes at its center and online to allow all stakeholders access through an online dashboard. All the product data and product lifecycle management, PDM and PLM for short, happens and is tracked in the cloud. Let's have a look. Here we can see a snapshot of CAD data inside of Upchain. So we're looking at the center screen there on the laptop. It has been added to Upchain from one of the CAD compatible plugins. These plugins you will see on the left hand side that are compatible with those programs. You can run that plugin from within inside that application to load your data. This means the data is uploaded directly from the CAD software into Upchain. The CAD model is then added to a CBOM or a CAD BOM, which can then be used for generating downstream BOMs, BOM being bill of material. This is done as required by various design departments, for example, your electrical or software department, or for use by sales to add to an RFQ, to mention a few areas. Once this data has been put into Upchain, it can be managed and controlled by using the plugin or through the online or through your browser online. You can create and view markups to help convey required changes to the design. Check-in and check-out workflows can be used if you need to make changes. Check the design out to get a read-write file and make your required changes. Check the design back in to create a new version and track the changes made. Moving on to program and project management. We see that you can create products within Upchain to act as a container for all related information. This could be CAD data, documents, tasks, and more. Use the project dashboard to view the health of your project, see project activity, and general project info. Accessing the project management section allows you to view activities or tasks along with a project Gantt chart. Here you can connect tasks to data such as documents or CAD. Project settings allow you to set the project visibility, invite project users, and manage access levels among other project-specific settings. Not only can you manage your project from Upchain, but you can manage the product itself. Here we see the CAD for the product being designed. Check-in and check-out can be managed from the plugins as mentioned previously. File properties can be updated and modified as required. Then the changes can be pulled through the plugin to Upchain to be viewed on the web. So here we can see the web view of that design. We have the bill of materials or the structure in the main window with the assembly selected. And on the right hand side we have the preview of that assembly. Upchain can also handle your engineering change through the use of built-in and defined or definable business processes such as change requests. So here we can see we have various stages. We can have an investigation request, we can have a change request, change notice, and application orders. In the main screen there on the computer, we can see a markup noting an issue on the component, and you'd be able to make use of process flowcharts to track the entire change process from the initial request through to the eventual change and release back into manufacturing. Here we see that we have that flowchart, which is editable. You can add in your system primitives on the left-hand side, so you can generate out your own process flow. You can even use Upchain to manage your supply chain. Here we see that we are adding suppliers to Upchain. Those suppliers can then be managed, so their details such as contacts and business locations can be stored and kept within Upchain, and that can extend on to managing RFQs from within Upchain. Here we can see a RFQ, and because this is all in Upchain, we have all the data linked in Upchain. We can give access to the viewable CAD data in 3D formats as well as 2D formats linked to those RFQs. One way Upchain can also aid in the manufacturing management is to assign a process to a component. So here we have one simple example. We have this restraint controller module here, and in this example the process that is attached to that module is the soldering connector with the circuit board. So here we see the soldering process. It's linked to the control module, and along with this process there are notes about the actual soldering process and the environment required for that soldering process. Business processes such as quality management and change control can also be handled in Upchain. In this instance, a problem has been raised with the product. A PPAP creation process has been created, and as well as an 8D process have both been created linked to this quality assurance issue that has been raised. In the PPAP process, we can see the affected items. So we have that list of all the bill of materials of items affected by the quality issue. And we can also see the list of activities in progress along with an activity stream inside of that PPAP. And here we see the part submission warrant attached to the PPAP as well. So we have the document inside there attached to the PPAP and to that specific object, that quality control object. And then lastly, we'll have a quick look at the Connect the Chain program before we move on to closing with the summary and Q&A. Now, the Connect the Chain is a structure that enables rapid, efficient, and effective implementation and user onboarding. It's an industry-proven go-live method for defining, deploying, configuring, and training. Participants receive live training and are equipped with knowledge and confidence to leverage Upchain and enhance their productivity. You will get up and running with the software with some use cases and workflows. On completion of the onboarding, you'll be proficient enough to grow the Upchain solution yourselves, or with assistance from Autodesk and resellers, you can set up, they would be able to set up more of it if you would like. And with that, we close off with our summary and Q&A. So we saw that many systems in use today are built for the past, but companies are needing new ways of working and collaborating to ensure smoother data and process management. Upchain provides this as a cloud-based management system that is easy to adopt. That was a nice, short and sweet presentation. I will open up for any questions. See, there are no questions. No questions have come through. So I will thank you for your attention and for taking your time to watch the webinar. This was a webinar brought to you by Micrographics. Once again, my name is Carl van Nooyen. Please go have a look at our website, mgfx.co.za. Feel free to have a look for our YouTube page as well. If you enjoyed the video content, please like and please subscribe to the channel and also like the videos. Thank you once again for your attention and hope you have a good day.